All of those are the Hebrew translation. And they're not just translations. We believe that these are different clans of the same species or race of giants. I'm not going to cover all of them to tell you what the difference. That's not what I want to put them here, because I want you to see what's in the Bible, why some people teach some of the things they teach. I'm only going to give with one to show you the Nephilim. So I want to take one, but they're all in the same area. What applies to one applies to all. It's just like anything else. So these are the Hebrew literature named for those giants, and you can find some of these in our regular King James Bible, but a lot of them just translate the word giant. I don't know just why, but in a few of them you saw Anakim, Imam, and Zanzumim is in there. So the Nephilim here, the Nephilim word is from the word Nephal. Look at this, meaning he who fell, fallen, apostatized, not of the earth, fallen warriors. They are the fallen earthborn, because the Nephilim here is believed to be the race of people, and this is where we get this theory or truth, if you want to accept it, and I embrace it, that when in Genesis chapter 6, the sons of God, meaning the angels, you got different positions on that scripture, but I'm showing you where those who teach this, where they get it from, where the sons of God, who were the fallen angels expelled from glory, came down and they saw the daughters of men and mated with them, and they created the race of giants. The Nephilim is one of those races. And so the translation of the word is where they get fallen warriors, not of the earth. He who fell, apostatized, are the fallen earthborn. I think the rest of that is the fallen earthborn, the fallen earthborn, who are, this is another word, but who are devilish minded, meaning that something's happened to their thinking, their DNA structure, but the fallen earthborn who are devilish minded, adversarial minded also. The Nephilim was supposed to be the result of a race of the mating of angels and the saw the daughters of men, creating this race of people. And God wanted all of them wiped out, so he sent the flood, but obviously the spirit of that thing continued, and it's still here today, the spirit of it. So in Peter and in Jude, when it says that God bound certain spirits in prison, it is talking about these ones who had that ability, and all other angels don't have the ability to materialize to mate with women. But those who are that rank, who had, are bound in chains of darkness until the judgment to prevent that from happening again. Okay, this is what theology teaches about how this works together. Now you can say, oh, Pastor, that's real mystical. Hey, I'm just showing you what's in the Bible. So you can take it or leave it. The fallen earthborn who's become evil or devilish minded. So the Nephilim here. Now, here's the scriptures you can look up those. I put a few up there for you. That's Genesis 6 where I put it down. You find that giant in Numbers 13. You find it 1 Peter 3, 2 Peter 2, and Jude 6 and 7. You can write those down. You can go look up at it a little bit later. And that's just a few. It's many more. You got it in Isaiah, Ezekiel, and all that, but I don't want to complicate it. All right, you got those? But we on the schedule now. Like, Pastor, you be up here, you say you're going to do 40 minutes. I'm trying to do 40 minutes today. Y'all holding me up. I got some territory to cover. Do like they do. But tell them to take their phone and take a picture of it, and they can pull it up, I see them doing that now, I hear preachers preaching material all over the world. I'm okay with it, though. I know they preach mine, but they watching it on the video that's around over. I know some stuff I come up with. I can tell when it's like, no, you got it, brother, you got that from me. I saw, he was a Hispanic guy. I preached something earlier this year. He took the very phrase that I said in the scripture, and I think he added one other word to it. Act like it was he, as I started asking for an offering. Long preaching, you know. But here's a scripture reference to that giant thing. Okay, here's Jude 6 and 7. Verse 6 and 7. I want to pull out one scripture. And the angels who did not keep their what? Proper domain. But left their own abode. That word there is habitation. Meaning, it's not talking about a physical place. But that would be like if I try to transgenderize or something. I'm abandoning what is natural to my nature. If I, you know, something of that nature. That's abandoning your natural habitation. Look it up, you'll see that's what it says.
Yes, sir.
So that tells us that something happened. And there's a good argument for all of this now. People argue differently about different things, but if you do follow the research of those, this is what they come out. So it tells, as a matter of fact, in the ball gate, it used the word abode, it used the word priestdom, because angels were called in ancient days prince. Jesus, I think, even said that the God of this world, which the translation is the prince of this world. So angels were called prince. So in the Vulgate translation, it said those who left their princedom. That wouldn't be man. But man wasn't prince at that time. Were reserved in everlasting chains under darkness for the judgment until the great day. So I want you to see this, and then I'm going to move. Left their princedom, their habitation. So, as Sodom, so I guess it read it away, left their proper domain, did not keep their proper domain, but left their own abode, princedom, habitation were reserved in everlasting chains under darkness for the judgment of the great day. As Sodom and Gomorrah, in a similar manner to these. So here they're using Sodom and Gomorrah, who did the same thing in a similar manner. All right, what it says, having given themselves over to sexual immorality and gone after strange flesh. So man would be strange flesh as compared to an angel. So as Sodom and Gomorrah abandoned what was natural and went after strange flesh. So what it's saying is these angels abandoned their natural habitation, abode, and priestdom, and went after strange flesh, meaning human flesh. And these are set for an example, suffering eternal fire. So what is he saying? In the same way that I destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, I'm going to destroy these rascals. Right now, I got them in chains of darkness until the judgment, as part of their imprisonment and captivity and incarceration. But in the judgment, I'm going to pull them out and I'm going to burn them. I'm going to destroy them. In the same way I did Sodom. So he's making the equation between one and the other. All right. In Hebrew literature, I'm getting a little bit deeper than I want to, but I said I was going to teach you today a little bit more than I teach you on Sunday morning on this. I'll deal with this in Bible study. In the Hebrew Torah, different other ones, they do have some of the names. The Book of Enoch, the Catholic Vulgate literature, some of the other writings that they didn't include in our Canaan do name it, but you'll find a lot of them in some of the Hebrew literature. In the Vulgate, they kept a lot of stuff. They keep a lot of it, but they do read from some of the ones who traveled with the apostles and what they wrote. So they do have the name. The Catholics over in the Vatican, all of them, they have a lot more of the literature. That's how they know all of the angels' names and different other ones. But in our Canaan version, those books weren't included. So, but they do have that information in other manuscripts and writing. So in Hebrew literature, they have one of the names, Azazel. And some of them pronounce it A-Z-E-L, Azazel. You may have heard that. And can I tell you something real quick? When you're watching these cartoons, those names that they're coming up are not just made up. They are pulling from these historical research. And I say, if you're not careful, some of the names of these characters are demons.
All right. That's right. Come on now.
See, they're messing and planting stuff in your children's mind.
That's right.
They're pulling the names of different quote-unquote gods and Zeus and all different other ones, and they are feeding that through the screen into your child's mind. They're sending the spirit. That's part of what the enemy is doing. So, in Hebrew literature, they have Azazel. Look, and this is what they say concerning him, that he was one of the ones, that's one of the fallen ones who made it, taught the people sorcery and black magic. Some of the other ones, they say the one who taught them how to make weapons of destruction, which is what provoked God to anger. And even in this right here, so where men acquired knowledge of this through the mating, that they taught them this was supposed to be forbidden knowledge. But Azazel, they said, taught the people, this is what the Hebrew literature says, sorcery and black magic. In the book of Enoch, that Azazel is named as having done that, and is also one of the ones who came down to mate with the women, creating the Nephilim. That's in the book of Enoch. Which is what we're talking about here. So there is literature that they're pulling from where they get that. But even in Hebrew literature, they name Azazel as one of the fallen ones who taught sorcery. And this is what provoked God to say, I'm going to destroy all of them, bringing in the flood and so on. But the spirit of that thing remained, and the spirit of it is still here today. All right, that's good. I ain't going to go no further because y'all going to have nightmares tonight. Now, let me tell you something. I encourage you to use the gifts of the Spirit to speak in tongues. If I ever catch y'all saying Azazel, I'm going to tell you, get your hand off me. Because you ain't speaking in tongues, you loosing a demon. Y'all be careful. Y'all better pay attention to some of these names of hope. You know, everybody's speaking. Satan be using some of them rascals. You know, I ain't putting I was thinking, I really was thinking, we use some of them rascals. So, be careful. But